Okay, I just had to talk about this. So I watched Seth Meyers' abortion video, whatever his stance and everything. I made a comment, saying why. Actually, I'll read the comment right here. I said, I love how in cities like Chicago, it's literally impossible for me to get a gun, which is a Second Amendment right. But when abortion is threatened, oh, we can't have that. Go fuck yourself. And also, a father should have reproductive rights as well, right? And there's some comments on there, just some stupid shit, right, where people don't understand how, it takes two to make a thing go right. But there's this one guy, I don't give a fuck what his name is. He said the dumbest response to something, and I'll read you what the response was, right? I'll read you this shit. It's so bad. All right, so this is what this guy said. He says, here's the thought. If you take everyone's guns away, right? If you take everyone's guns away, then it would be harder for them to be used by criminals. Just a thought, buddy. Speaking from experiences, I've lived in a country that introduced gun laws 20 years ago and has not had a mass shooting since. He uses mass shootings as an example. I'm going to tell you this right now. Mass shootings account for literally 0.01% of all killings by guns in America. Just saying. I'm not saying they're not horrible. I'm not saying that we should try more things to do to stop them. Rid of gun-free zones would be a good step. But I'm saying this is that it is not a significant amount or percentage of what's going on to warrant that being a actual reason to get rid of guns. So I say, taking away guns doesn't stop crime. Tell that to the Jews and the Russians and the Chinese and the Northern Asians who were killed because their guns were taken away and people just marched in and killed them. Right? So tell that to them. Tell it to me. I've heard stories, seen it, and it happened to me where guns have actually saved my life or saved other people's lives. So go for. But this is the comment he said, which was the dumbest thing I have ever fucking heard in my life. Or are you bringing in events of the past to support your pro-gun stance? What the fuck? How do you say that with a straight face? Is this guy retarded? I don't say that about a lot of people. I think everyone is pretty intelligent or can understand things. But this guy, why are you bringing up points of the past? I don't know. Maybe because if we don't learn from our past, we are doomed to repeat it. Human beings generally want 6 things, right? I like to think. To live, to eat and drink water, eat food and drink water, and to fuck, to have shelter, and to shit. Those are the 6 things generally people like to do, right? 6 or 5, whatever you want to pull in. If you're asexual, you can take one out. I don't give a shit. But this motherfucker... And this is what he supports this stupid argument with this. Why not bring in events 500 years ago in the past, allow people just to carry their swords around just in case? What? He's saying it as if this happened 500 years ago. The Jews were killed less than 80 years ago, right? In mass numbers. The Russians were killed less than 60 years ago. Northern Chinese, Northern Asians were killed less than 70 years ago in the Great Migration. Right? Go fuck yourself. You idiot. You are... I don't like to call people idiots, but I just cannot just look at this and not think that this guy's a simpleton. He's just been fed stuff in an echo chamber. He listened to both sides. The pro-gun and the anti-gun. I've listened to both sides, and I've come to the conclusion that in America, it's a Second Amendment right. It's born right. It's a right that we have. The day we die, we can have this. Just like freedom of speech, just like anything else, right? You don't get to dictate. It no longer applies to me. It can no longer apply to you. You can make a decision not to have a gun. But that's not your right to tell me, all right? So, the rest of the fucking comment goes like this. Taking away guns will not stop crime, but it will greatly reduce it. Gun-related crimes, yes. Crimes in general, not really. People are bad. Bad people will do bad things regardless of the tools they have to use that. So go fuck yourself. I hate saying it. So really, go into a dumpster and die if you think for one fucking second that government-related crimes will go down, yes, but if you think that crime itself will go down, fuck you. And there's countless evidence to support this. There's countless evidence to support that when you take away people's ability to defend themselves, whether it be guns or anything else, that governments take power and they will use it and they will overuse it and they will abuse it. There's my examples. I gave you 3. About, what was it? 17. So over 120 million people died because they didn't have the rights to self-defend themselves from their own government. Just saying. You know, fuck those people, all right? Fuck me. Fuck my rights. You can go against the tide in history, or you can open your mind. Really, the tide of history proves that when you take away people's guns, the governments kill the shit out of you. Here's my proof. I got facts of how many people died. I can bring that up if you want. Holy shit. The idea that every citizen should carry arms for protection is altruist. I don't know what the fuck that word is. And if criminals don't carry guns, you won't either. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Tell that to the people in Paris. Tell that to the people in San Bernardino. Tell that to the people in LA. Tell that to the kids in Chicago. Tell that to the kids in New York. Tell that to anybody who fucking lives daily and sees people shoot other people with illegal guns. They will not stop just because you make a law. It's just like when you say, teach men not to rape. We do. We say rape is wrong. There's crime. It's a crime to rape somebody. But bad people will do bad things. No matter what you think, no matter what you want to decide is right, they will go against it. Because they can, because they will, because they don't give a shit about the laws. And then his last point is, we watch the news that comes from the U.S. about mass shootings. Good job, you watch the liberal media. Good job for you. Every now and then. So not like continuously, every now and then. And how many people must die before you realize this? I don't know how many kids have to die in Chicago before you realize that these gun laws don't work in America. Not in every other country, in America. It doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. Jesus Christ. I just can't believe this fucking guy. How idiotic do you have to be? Just the stupidity that somebody must have to... I just had a rant to this comment. It was the dumbest comment I have ever heard in my entire life. Ever. Why bring up events of the past? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, man. And this isn't a blight against liberals. They're very smart liberals. Sargon of Akkad, Rubin, the Rubin Report. There's many people who are very smart. This guy's a fucking idiot. All right? And this is what happens when you live in an echo chamber and you don't get a different view or different side of something. Right? So that's... Holy shit. I don't know how to say goodbye yet, so I'm just going to say goodbye before I make this video too damn long. So goodbye. Have a nice day.